The thing is, when they hire these very sloppy, useful idiots, like this guy in particular, he makes too many mistakes. And he starts to show what's actually happening behind the curtain. We could see the minders, we could see the news crews, but it gets even worse. The Chinese government has just screwed up monumentally. So I was wondering, how is it that I could make this wallet look a little bit more, I don't know, hipster, a little bit more trendy? So I threw down a couple of coffee beans and put in a few props. But you know what I realized? I don't need any of that stuff. This thing sells itself. Yeah, I still absolutely love my Extra wallet. It really has changed my life as far as wallets go, which sounds a little strange, but you know what? It is a smart wallet. It's fantastic the way the cards pop out when you push the button. And you know what? It's the only wallet I've ever owned that somebody's actually given me a compliment about. Other than maybe my Hang 10 Island style pink and neon colored wallet I had when I was 10 years old. So whether you're looking for a trendy wallet to suit your image or just something practical, good, that'll last you for years to come, I can fully suggest you get an Extra wallet. They also make fantastic gifts. I mean, think about it. Who doesn't use a wallet? A practical, good-looking wallet is always something somebody can use. Right now, there's a 20% anniversary sale site-wide on Extra. Go and jump on their website, you'll get 20% off everything. And on top of that, if you go to shop.extra.com/SerpentZA, you'll get a further discount on anything you buy. Get yourself one of these awesome wallets. Link is in the description below. And now, back to the video. This is what happens when you're sloppy with your propaganda.
My friends, I highly doubt. Just for my first day here in Xinjiang, I highly doubt that all this false claims about genocide against the Uyghurs, it's not true, my friends. Listen, it's absolutely not true. Here's the proof. The Uyghur people over here are really at peace, man. But when you walk past them with a camera like what I do right now, they kind of look at you weird because there's so many damage done by Western media in this beautiful area that these people don't really like it.
Now I want you to pay attention to these people in the background. Pay no mind to the compromised influencer. He's not of any importance. Look here. Notice these faces because they turn up again and again. I suppose I need to tell you where this guy is. This is the Urumqi Grand Bazaar. It's an international tourist attraction. It's kind of akin to Disneyland. See, there they come up again. I mean, it's just there for tourist tat. You can buy stuff and they've got a food hall and they've got all this stuff you can try out. And this is actually the first stop on any genocide denial tour. I've spoken about it in the past. Here you see the minders again. These are minders. They're following him around because they're the ones who took him there. They're following him around and making sure that he doesn't go off the beaten path, talk to anyone that he's not supposed to talk to, or do anything that he's not supposed to do. You see, they tried to portray people like this guy as being sort of independent and walking around and just having a natural experience in Xinjiang. However, as you can see, because this guy in particular is very sloppy, you can see the news crews in the background here that are busy filming him and taking photos for the local press. And you can see his minders that are constantly there. You can see the same people turning up and following him and watching his every move. Now this international tourist attraction, this Urumqi Grand Bazaar, is divided into a couple of areas. It's actually not that big. He's walking around in circles. But never mind the fact that the government minders keep popping up because they're going everywhere with him. I want you to pay attention to this road that runs in between the two sections of the Grand Bazaar. There's a double walkway that I want you to pay attention to over there specifically. Again, same people keep popping up because they're watching his every move. But this double walkway that he in the beginning pointed out as proof that there's no genocide links the one side of the bazaar to the other. So he hasn't even left the tourist site, and he won't.
Me being here, only one a few hours so far, and seeing this, happy people, and a well-operating city, I really highly doubt that those claims are true. I am convinced that it's not true.
It's hard to believe that the Chinese government is that sloppy when it comes to hiring their useful idiots, because we've seen plenty of these compromised influencers go to this exact same spot in the past. In fact, I have a video that showed multiple compromised influencers all going to this exact same Urumqi Grand Bazaar to try and do the same thing, to prove that there's no genocide or no forced labor in Xinjiang. Of course, this is crazy. It's kind of like me going to Universal Studios in the US, walking around Universal Studios and saying, look how happy the American people are. Look, there are no homeless people in America. It's the same vibe, really. The thing is, when they hire these very sloppy, useful idiots, like this guy in particular, he makes too many mistakes. And he starts to show what's actually happening behind the curtain. We could see the minders, we could see the news crews, but it gets even worse. What I'm about to show you is the same influencer being taken by his government minders to a normal Xinjiang home. Okay, Kazakhs living in Xinjiang. I want you to pay attention though. While they're trying to do the usual, let's show the world that the people in Xinjiang are happy and they've got lots of food on their table and everyone just dances for whatever reason, because as far as the Chinese government is concerned, the only thing Uyghurs and Kazakhs and minorities in China do are wear funny clothes and dance, because that's all they want to show. Oh, and have big elaborate feasts always laid out on a table. You'll find that in all of these fake propaganda, genocide denial videos out there. I want you to pay attention, though, to the minders, the government minders outside the window looking in. Not only them looking in from outside, but also in the room. You've got two female government minders, one on her phone in the background and one sitting on the bed. Just pay attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the party is heating up in this ordinary Kazakh house. Woo! That's pretty awesome. Wow, check it out. Wow, they're even moving a table now. Now the party starts, my friends. Woo-hoo! Let's go. Hey! This is cool. That's a real Kazakh dance.
So remember that double crosswalk that was being used as proof that there's no genocide in Xinjiang?
Here's the proof.
And no forced labor. Let's just see how close that is to some of these work camps, concentration camps, forced labor camps, vocational training camps, whatever you like to call them. I'm going to put in the coordinates here into Google Earth, and we'll see exactly how close it is. Well, that's really, really far away from that double crosswalk in the middle of a tourist site. How about we take a look at another alleged forced labor camp right next to all the cotton fields? Well, that's really far too. You know, Xinjiang's a massive province. So if I were to take a car and I were to drive from this, what appears to be a forced labor camp, at least that's what it's been reported to be by people who have escaped, and you'll notice there's a lot of cotton fields right next to it, so it kind of makes sense. You've got all these cotton fields and right next to it you have the camp. Let's use that one for an example, because I've got a list of these camps. They're all over the place in Xinjiang, but Xinjiang's massive. So what if I wanted to drive from that camp all the way to that Urumqi Grand Bazaar to see that there's no proof of genocide? Let's see how long that would take. I see, about 15 and a half hours odd for me to drive by car. It's not very close, is it? Remember, Xinjiang is massive. And of course, when these paid influencers go to these cherry-picked tourist sites to go show everybody that everyone in Xinjiang is happy, and you tend to see not only the same places but the same faces all the time, like this old man that they all use as a prop in all of their videos, you start to see how despicable it all is. Not only is what the government doing despicable, but the influencers themselves who take part in this genocide denial propaganda, they are even more despicable because they know what's going on. And if they're too dumb or too thick to see what's going on around them, then they have no place trying to tell anyone else about what's going on around them. I hope this video has given you a little bit more clear insight into how the Chinese government propaganda operation works. It is sloppy, it's very ham-fisted, and the fact that they constantly have to put out videos to show there's no forced labor in Xinjiang means that they're hiding the forced labor and the cultural genocide happening in Xinjiang.
All the West are hoping to do is to destabilise the area of Xinjiang, to stop the rise of China.
And they are employing these people who would rather sell their souls for a little bit of fame on the internet than to care about actual, real human suffering and human rights abuses.
It's totally normal here. People are nice, doing their job, living their life, very welcoming.
All I can say is that I am utterly disgusted by these lowlives who are helping the Chinese government cover up what's going on in Xinjiang and doing genocide denial propaganda. But you'll find the same people don't only focus on the genocide denial propaganda, they will do anything to further Chinese propaganda, no matter what the current narrative is. So you'll see them backing Russia on this invasion right now. You will see them backing China when it comes to anything that happens on the world stage. With regards to the COVID cover-up, they're constantly saying that, oh no, actually it's probably America's fault and it didn't come from China.
Maybe it was America first to infect the world with coronavirus.
All sorts of nonsense. These people have no morals and they're basically prostitutes working for the Chinese government. Anyway, I have said my piece. I hope it's given you some more insight into how the Chinese propaganda machine works. Please take anything coming out of China from any YouTuber with a pinch of salt, because they may not report the truth. You cannot in China put out a narrative that goes against the Chinese government. So all you're going to see is government-approved drivel, disinformation, misinformation, and cherry-picked self-censored garbage. Anyway, until next time, you know the drill. Unlike these scumbags, stay awesome.